Time to have a little bit of fun. Why? Because we're back in the saddle with gaming guru Gareth Woods to review, I would imagine, some pretty intense shoot-'em-up video game action in the form of Wolfenstein YoungBlood. The icon, Mr. Woods, Wolfenstein. It's
I thought you were talking about me. Okay,
yeah,
no.
I was. I mean, you are the guru, man. You know, it doesn't get better than that, guy. Wolfenstein is probably the first game I actually remember, to be honest. It's the first one when I had a cool mate who was like, oh, dude, you got to see this game. It was like Wolfenstein.
Yeah, that was the like first 3D, not 3D, but like kind of first-person shooter as we know today was Wolfenstein 3D, yeah.
And YoungBlood. What does YoungBlood mean to the Wolfenstein franchise?
Yeah, so it follows on from the Wolfenstein reboot that happened a while ago called New Order. And essentially what happened was, you know, the previous Wolfensteins were, you are B.J. Blazkowicz and you are trying to take down the Nazis. Now it's what happened if the Nazis won World War II and had taken over America. And so, you know, you're walking around like famous American landmarks, but it's all like Nazi regalia and that sort of stuff.
So now you've gone underground, literally and figuratively.
This is in Paris, and this is the catacombs here, and we are, look, this is the Resistance, and we're playing one
Resistance.
Yeah, and we're playing as one of B.J. Blazkowicz's daughters. And that's the cool part of the game. It is fully co-op, the entire game, so there's, right now it's a bot playing Sophie. But you can join a mate, you can have a complete random friend come join you on the game, and the entire game is designed for 2 players. So there are puzzles you got to solve, there are fights that you need to kind of bait a bad guy while someone else like flanks them.
Something. That's
cool, it's really well done. And what's quite cool is they've done it like a sort of hub and spoke mission area. So it's not a linear path that you go on. This is the sort of hub area where you kind of like get your missions and that, and then you go throughout the different areas. Kind of like
does that affect an overarching storyline,
yeah,
or how does
so
that work?
You can tackle the story the kind of way you want to. They're basically 3 or 4 areas called the Brothers. They're these like kind of like big kind of citadels you go into, and if you go in there too early, you will like
and
that happened. I'm playing with a friend, and we're like, we are dying a lot. And also normally the bad guys have a number associated with them, like they're level 6 or level 7. They just had a skull. We're like, something's
I don't feel ready.
wrong here. So then
you go first.
So then we started jumping into other missions and seeing it a bit more successful, and then our characters were building up, because as your character levels up, you can have different abilities. So you see my guy's just gone past level 20, so I can increase, for example, how much health I get.
Like level 20 out of what? How can you
I don't know if there's a level cap, but like the top skills start unlocking at level 30. And so what happens is, but they're obviously more expensive. So you can, the fact that you can pick up, you can move faster while crouching, you can grab loot from further away.
Nice.
You can also upgrade your weapons, and as you upgrade, you can either upgrade them in their accuracy, their speed, or their power. And if you upgrade in the same different way 3 times, then you get bonuses. Also, the more enemies you kill with a certain weapon, the stronger your weapons get. So there's a progression system.
Yeah, but it looks. It feels like there's momentum, yes, but it feeds your enjoyment of the game on a number of levels.
But certainly allows you to play your style. I think the one thing people have had about perhaps some of the Wolfenstein games in the past is that you kind of like, there's a linear path, you play it one way, you know, get the gun, shoot the baddies, and keep going. Whereas now you can kind of like tailor-make to your style. Like, I built my character quite like a stealthy sort of person, so I can go inverse.
Sneaky, say it. Sneaky, dude.
But it helps because then my partner, we were playing, and he built it very much like a tank. So he was like full-on armor and could carry the heaviest. I wasn't
joking when you said, you go first. You go first.
Exactly. So he's the kind of, he's the bait, I'm the switch sort of thing.
And I'm just gonna say this is for older people.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna ask you that question.
I can't show any gameplay really because it is violent.
I can always get a sense when you're milling about these areas.
What was cool as well is when this game launched, they also launched a game called Cyberpilot, which is a VR game. And what's great is a couple of times in the missions, they refer to the fact that they've got an operative on the inside who is piloting one of these like mechs. And so it's like they're like referring to the other story. And so if you bought if you bought the VR game, you can play that. Another really cool piece of tech that they've done with this game was the full game was a bit cheaper than most full games are. So like internationally, games are usually about $60 or about $50. But what happened is then if you buy the full version of the game, you get what's called a buddy code. So your friends could download like the trial version, and you'd give them your buddy code, and that gave them the full version to be able to play with you. Obviously, they can't play by themselves. They've got to buy the full game. But if you gave them the code, you could play. But then I could play with you, and I could play with another
Dude,
mate.
are you on right now?
Exactly. I should actually message, hey, are you on this early in the morning?
I'm just going to ask very quickly, because it's been a while since I've seen you this excited. You dig this game?
Yeah. I love these sort of games. Like single-player shoot-'em games, but like with a good storyline. That's my thing.
This is your wheelhouse right here.
Yeah, 100%.
Wolfenstein YoungBlood seems like a brilliant reincarnation of a game that has had a couple of reboots, but this looks like it really does tick every box. And I'm going to let you go into the more intense gameplay area, the fighting of it, and we'll see you again soon. That looks really cool, man. Is that real? Is that a real monster, or is it a shooting range?
No, that's
okay,
a shooting range.
Whew.